Welcome in to Thoughts of the Challenge. And I am your host, your boy Meadle, and we are back on the table again. Y'all know how this goes. We are here to speak about challenges that embrace and take over our everyday lives. And so many times a day, you see yourself go through something, get put through something, and then you're trying to figure out a way to get through this something. And, we tend to push back on all these challenges because a lot of it weighs on us and it takes so much out of us. But to understand where challenges lead us now is to help build you towards a future that is bringing you to your desired state and brings in that version of you that you have always asked for, that you have called for, that you have demanded for. I truly seek out that understanding. I truly help. I truly want to help you understand that as well, and which is why I have built this podcast, which is why I'm in a constant state of learning. And this is my trials and tribulation of getting myself towards being that desired self too. And so if I'm looking to desire and be a life coach, and which is what we do here in Thoughts of the Challenge, is we coach life. And however we can put that together and make that into a reality is by stepping into the shoes, by putting yourself in front of the camera and speaking truths. Now, these may be my truths. These may be understanding of what I have gone through and I have seen in life. It's not meant for everybody, but if it can help somebody, it will hit you in a different rate than you were expecting. So if something stands out, if something points to you, if something is calling out to you, then I truly hope that you hear the message. And with that, we'll go into today's segment. Visualization. People hear that word and think it's magic. Sit down, close your eyes, think about money, success, peace, and somehow the universe drops it in your lap like a delivery package. They clicked it on Amazon and sooner or later it'll land on your front door. That's not visualization. That's wishful thinking. You're just wishing yourself into some form and nothing's ever coming out because it's not real. Visualization is construction. It's blueprint work. It's the mind building a house before the hands ever touch the wood. That's where most people miss it. They think the vision is enough, but vision without movement is just expensive daydreaming. See, every skyscraper started invisible. Every song started silent. Every empire started as a strange thought nobody else could see. That's the burden of vision. You see it before the world does. And sometimes before you do. That's why fear shows up. Fear is the receipt for possibilities. Let me break that real quick. Fear is the receipt for possibility. Fear stands in the way. Fear gets in your head. Fear tells you all these things. But if you're scared, it means you're standing near something that matters. Skills are cheap. Passion is priceless. Everybody can learn the mechanic. Anybody can learn the game, but not everybody can hold on to belief long enough when reality starts swinging. That's where visualization becomes your weapon. If you listen to Joe Dispenza or if you take in his teaching, he talks about this deeply. He says, if you can hold the vision of your future and emotionally embrace it, your body begins to believe it's already happening. Think about that. Let me bring that back one time. Reread. If you can hold the vision of your future and emotionally embrace it, your body begins to believe it's already happening. Boom. Your body does not know the difference between what is happening and what is vividly imagined. That means your nervous system can rehearse your future before you arrive there, like an actor practicing opening night, like a fighter shadow boxing in an empty room, like life loading in before the game begins. But here's the truth nobody says. Visualization isn't supposed to make fear disappear. It's supposed to make fear useful. Fear is the fuel. It's the gasoline. Fear is proof you're leaving the old version of yourself behind. Most people run from fear like it's fire. But fear is fire. Fear is fire. And fire can cook your food or burn your house down. Depends how you hold it. Some of us fear success because success demands responsibility. Some fear failure because failure bruises identity. Some fear judgment because being seen means being vulnerable. But the real danger? Living and never finding out what could have happened. That's the quiet death. Not in the grave, in the spirit. That version of you that never got to breathe. So how do we bring that vision to life? I got 3 steps for you. Simple. It's not easy, but simple. Step 1. See it clearly. Not vaguely, but clearly. What does your life look like? Where do you wake up? Who's around you? What does your peace feel like? What does your bank account look like? What are you building? What are you healing? People say, I want to be successful. That's fog. The mind can't chase fog. It needs shape. I have been listening to Gary Vee for years now. And all the times I've listened to this man speak his truth, tell me that his empire wasn't just built because somebody else thought of it. Gary Vee built his empire because he saw it before anyone respected it. He saw social media when people laughed at it. Vision means seeing seeds as force. Now ask yourself, what force am I sitting on? Think about that. Now, step 2, feel it before it arrives. This is Joe Dispenza territory. If you listen to this man like I do, because I religiously listen to Joe Dispenza's teachings, his lessons, and everything he speaks about, because this man is on game and there ain't nothing that he says that isn't factual. It isn't science. It's truth. And he has seen it. He has documented it and he has gave it to the world to live and breathe from. Emotion is the magnet. Thought is the signal. Emotion is the charge. You can think all day, but if your body still feels broken, afraid, unworthy, you'll pull yourself backwards. Feel the gratitude now. Feel the relief now. Feel the confidence now before the money, before the breakthrough, before the proof, because proof follows embodiment, not the other way around. That's where most people wait. I'll believe it when I see it. But the builder says, I'll see it because I believed it. That's the flip. That's the switch. Flip your meanings and see yourself. Believe in it. And you'll see the world come to. Step 3. Move terrified. Now, this right here is probably the hardest one. Action while uncertain. Action while doubting. Action while nobody's clapping. Moving and pushing before anybody ever notices you doing. Fear will ride shotgun. Let it. Just don't let it drive. Start the podcast. Launch the brand. Post the video. Make the call. Write the book. Take the shot. Because motion teaches what thinking never can. The first video might suck. You can go back on mine and I promise you was not good. The first episode might be rough. Again, you can go check out mine. It's really one of those. The first attempt might fail. Good. That means you're alive. That means the machine is moving. And movement sharpens vision. Every stumble adjusts the map. Every failure redraws the route. You don't lose, you refine. The hidden truth. Your dream isn't built in giant moments. It's built in small repetitions, brick by brick, breath by breath, step after step, choice by choice. Visualization is not fantasy. It's a memory from the future, a glimpse of what's possible if you become the person capable of holding it. And fear? Fear is just a gatekeeper. It asks one question. Do you want this enough to become someone new? That's the challenge. Not getting the dream, but becoming the version who can carry it. And maybe tonight, after this episode ends, you sit in silence. No distraction, no noise, no TV, no Facebook, no TikTok. And ask yourself, what have I been seeing for years that I keep talking myself out of? What if it's real? What if it's waiting? What if the life I want is waiting for me to stop hesitating? That's your work. That's your challenge. See it, feel it, move, and watch reality bend. Because the future is always me. I have now been doing this content creating for the last year, and I find myself in a constant state of trying to figure out what is needed for me to get better. And so I do research. I take in the lessons. I listen, and I do more than I have ever been comfortable with. I find myself looking into the unknown more times than I can count. And I look to understand what that version looks like, what that version feels like. And as I take on every day, I ask myself, what's today's going to bring me? And today always brings me something new, whether it be some form of outcome, some form of lesson, some form of teaching, some form of words. These lessons are not easy to take in. To become somebody new is to know you're putting to rest the old. And to step out of the old is to know that what you've already done, you should be proud of. You've already come to understand, and you've already endured the lesson that life has already given you. Now to take on each step as is, and to know that the next is still to come, is to give yourself a chance to seek out and to be something you never even thought of, to bring something you never even seen. Life is weird. And as you continue to take on this journey, you start to understand yourself more clearly than ever before. And as we continue on with the lessons, as we continue on with our stories, we tend to forget. And then you start to remember, because the only way to heal is to know what's still weighing you down. The only way to truly move forward is to seek out what's truly keeping you behind. So if you truly see yourself visualizing your future in a brighter and heavier life, then you got to get rid of some weight that keeps taking you back. I call out to y'all. I thank you all. I appreciate everybody who listens. I appreciate everybody who gets something out of this. And if it reaches one person, then I did my duty today. So what comes next? I guess you just have to wait and see. And with that, I bring you thoughts of the challenge. I am your host, your boy Miro, and we'll catch you on the next go round.